Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. We'll just have some Arunachala Bhajan, simple chanting for some time. You all can repeat after me. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
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 Parvati Pataye Hari Om. Nice being here. First time I'm meeting all of you. For everything there is a first time, is it not? How many of you know Hindi? Just like that I'm asking. Some लोग हिंदी जानते हैं. Anyway, just like asking. Okay, the topic which was given to me by Anish is a very lengthy topic like Hanumanji's tale. Hanumanji's tale, very big topic. So I had to type the topic itself. I'm not joking. See, the living with Ramana Maharshi in every moment, insights into Ramana Maharshi's pathless path and its daily application. Thank God he did not add, let us realize now only. Big topic. How many of you have heard about Ramana Maharshi? Good. How many of you have read about his literature? How many of you have read about him through others? There are many authors are there who wrote about Bhagwan Ramana. Okay, good. So let's go. We have 1 hour time till 8 o'clock, I think. That's the time given to me. So, first of all, in the recent times, the most powerful expression of Guru Tattva in the cosmos, one of the unique expression of Guru Tattva was in the form of Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. You know, his uniqueness is what? It is called direct path. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi's path is direct path. Or some people call it as pathless path. And it is also called as path of self-enquiry. Okay. But I personally feel, I've been saying this, unless there is certain amount of subtlety is gained by an individual, he or she is not capable of directly entering into the path of inquiry. Why, I tell you. What is path of self-inquiry? Let us see. First, why should we inquire? First of all, who am I? Why should we inquire? Where all this begin from? Basically, all of us are sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. And we want continuous non-stop joy, which we don't get. वेदांत में कहते हैं ना, क्षणे रुष्टाः, क्षणे तुष्टाः, रुष्टाः, तुष्टाः, क्षणे क्षणे. A moment I am happy, next moment unhappy, next moment happy, next moment unhappy. This is how our life has been. Think about it. I can give you humorous examples for this. You are hungry, too hungry, sorrow, uncomfortable. Oh, food is on table. The call has come from the kitchen. Food is ready. Come and sit on the table. Joy. Next moment, you sat on the table. You expected some vegetable which is not available. She cooked something else. Unhappy. See the moments how the moods change. Then you thought this will be very good, hot. Something is cold, not hot, not tasty, unhappy. And you thought one vegetable is tasty, other chutney is not so good. When you're tasting chutney, happy. When chutney is not good, if you taste chutney, unhappy. Sabji, vegetable is good, tasted, happy. See the moods change. Have you ever aware of it? Traffic is cleared, enjoy. Traffic is jam, unhappy. Moment to moment, if you really observe, you are sitting in same posture, comfortable. After some time, you have to change, na? I'm now scratching because I'm comfortable without scratching. Yeah. But now the scratch has come, so I have to scratch. See, so when thoughts are so many thoughts are generated like a fountain of thoughts, and this only the thoughts are gushing, it's impossible to inquire who I am. Because this inquirer, the ego in the beginning, the individual, also swept across in the currents of the thought flow. Are you understanding? Or I'll make it simplify later on. पहले तो essence को तो जान ले चाहिए ना. You should learn the essence of it. So it's impossible to inquire who am I. First of all, who am I? I should be there. Huh? I am also swept across the currents of the thoughts. I'll ask you one thing. When you are going to airport, are you aware of who am I? Or at boarding gate, flight announcements. Do you remember Ramana Maharshi? Do you remember who am I? Or in your sitting meditation, so many thoughts, I swept across. I become that, I become. Only after some time about, oh, where was I? So when thoughts per second or per moment, so high intensity thoughts are there, it is impossible for the one to stand apart and ask who am I. But that is the gateway, Bhagavan said. You start digging in spite of whatever thoughts you get. Because when do we become aware? Not in joy. In sorrow, we become aware of ourselves. In joy, I forget myself. Maja, 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 maja. When something happens, suddenly I become aware. What is health? Health is that if you are not conscious of any part of the body, you are healthy. If you become maybe conscious of any part, it's pain. You don't feel that part is existing. I'll give an example. Example. Are we aware of liver now? After said liver, you have become aware. Before that, why? All livers are no pain. Oh, ankle, fine. That means health means what? Health means if I'm not aware of my physical body at all, any part, that is health. If you are unhealthy, that becomes conscious. You become conscious of it. Similarly, in pain, that's why our great some Mahatmas have realized it through pain. Eckhart Tolle is one. He attained enlightenment through pain because he became extremely conscious of himself. So that Krishnamurti also says. So when your thoughts are plenty, number one, it's not possible to inquire. But in pain, alone we ask, हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है? What is happening with me? What's happening to my life? I never expected this. So you become self-conscious, you become conscious of God, you become conscious of destiny, good, bad, luck, etc., etc., etc. Only when we are in pain, is it not? So therefore, fundamentally, who am I is asked because to relinquish pain. Because when we experience all these things, a subtle person, an intelligent person starts inquiring. I will come to Ramana Maharshi path only and make me foundation for that. So don't try to jump right to Ramana Maharshi path. So who will inquire? Upanishad speaks about it. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamaya na asti akrutakrute tad vijnanartam sa gurumeva abhigacche samutpanihi strotriyam brahmanishtam. I'm not going to explain this. But one thing is, Parikshalokan, meaning an intelligent, wise person having examined the experiences of life, his own experiences of life, having analyzed, he develops dispassion towards the world. World means experiences. When is it happening? When you analyze your life, Lokan Anubhuti, Anubhavan, Pariksha, having examined, Nirvedam Ayat. one should develop the dispassion towards the world. Because that eventually happens. But we are not analyzing it. We want continuous sukham from the external world, which is not possible. Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmaya Maharshi so beautifully says in his own BMI chart, our body is changing, mind is changing, intellect is changing, desires are changing. What you wanted 10 years ago, you don't want it now. When you were all kids, you wanted a lot of toys and dolls and all these things. Now I'll present them to you because you asked me at that time. You throw them away. Why? Body is changing, mind is changing, intellect is changing, right? And objects are changing, outer world. Emotions are also changing. Your own thoughts and ideas and notions and judgments, etc., are changing. So Puja Gurudev beautifully Swami Chinmaya says, between two changing phenomenon, you are trying to establish a relationship which is impossible. Why? This is changing, this is changing. How can you establish a permanent relationship between two changing entities or two changing things? You select a house. Before you get into the house, payment made, got into the house, by then your mind is changed. This is not good. I will change again. Therefore, question is, in any relationship, Rishis have said, oh man, including women, you will not get complete and total happiness or satisfaction from the external world. You will never get it. This is the nature of the world. Eventually, where there is joy, it will end in sorrow. Any joy you take, you can't avoid it. So once I inquire this, then I inquire, who is suffering? I am suffering. I want continuous happiness. So initially I try this and that. Then I ask, but who is the suffering entity? Who am I? Who is this entity called? Who is suffering really? Because when the body is pain, when I'm in deep sleep state, no pain is felt. When mind is not there, no pain is felt. Only when mind is awakened in the day, morning, early morning, I became aware of the body, I became aware of myself, I became aware of the external world, then the pain comes. The wise man continues, when the mind is in deep sleep state, there's no pain, no samsara. When mind is awakened, samsara is there, pain is there. Because body itself doesn't know that it is sick. Who says body is sick? Does body say? Mama Chinmaya would say, when people used to ask Gurudev, how is your health? Gurudev would say, shh, don't ask. The body doesn't know that it is sick. It is the mind which says, I am the sick. I am a sick person. I am not healthy. Therefore, they understood. Okay, now everything is boiled down. What is that? Continuous pain I am feeling. I want consistent joy, but joy and sorrow, Chidrupananda comes and goes about it. I analyze my experiences of life. There is no contentment in my life so far. Everything, whatever I hold on, eventually it is ending into great sorrow only, and therefore I am suffering. Then I analyze my experiences. No experience is giving me happiness. Then who is experience of the mind, and therefore I analyze that in deep sleep state there is no mind. Therefore, no sorrow. When the mind awakens, all the problems are there. Therefore, the samsara, the problems all belong to my mind and not to me. Because mind is there, pain is there, samsara is there. Mind is not there. So I brought all the equations on the paper. Okay, this belongs to mind. Now, whose mind it is? My mind. Now, who am I? So, who is suffering? I am suffering. Because of what? Mind. Because of my mind, I say my mind, but it is not actually my mind because it doesn't listen to me. Is it not? You can say my dog doesn't listen to your dog. So my means I should have control, no? Then it is yours. No, it doesn't matter. Now, I understood. Wait, is this now? Mind, my mind. Who is suffering? Because of mind, I am suffering. Now the question is, all things are boiled down to one precipitated, boiled down to one single thought called I thought. Oh. And this ego, when it wakes up, along it wakes up the mind and everything samsara created. When it is not there, absolutely peaceful, joy, calm and quiet. And now the question is, to whom this pain is? Who is searching for happiness? Who is wanting to run away from pain? Who is this I? It is called directly inquiring into the source of the problem. So what is the source of the problem? The source of the problem is ahankar or ego. We are all suffering because of ego. You any pain, any kind of pain, observe there is ego. Any pain, even little bit disturbance in the mind, ego. We can go into deep into meditations. So this I thought is up. Arguments, comparison, jealousies, hatred. In modern language, man, give me my space. For whom? For ego. Have you inquired? People ask, no, give me my space. What will you do? All space is available. What is my space? Means my ego cloud. Don't enter into that. Don't disturb my ego cloud. I am holding on to it with great joy. Don't enter into my space. I really laugh at this statement. Don't enter into my space. Meaning, don't touch. No, touch me not, plant. Touch me not. If you touch me, that's it. Don't touch me. Don't even look into my eyes. So therefore, this question, who am I? Now that investigation begins. So Bhagwan Ramana says, this is a direct inquiry because it is directly finishing off the entire source of the entire problem. So far we have been dressing only. The staphylococcus bacteria is the which produces pus. It is there in the body. That is not antibiotic is not given, that is not addressed. It produces pus. Keep on doing dressing over it. And after dressing, put a scent over the wound also. It smells so beautiful. And smell it. It is called decorated ego. You are quite happy with the decorated ego. It is called, by great master said, glamour. What is glamour? Ego decorated. So in our life, in the modern life, we are strengthening our ego. We are protecting our ego. We are nourishing our ego. By adding all nutrient food to it. I found out, it's my experience, how my ego reacts. I found out nobody wants to hear anybody in the world. Husband doesn't want to listen to wife, wife doesn't want to listen to husband, both of them doesn't want to listen to children, children doesn't want to listen to parents, boss doesn't want to listen to subordinates and colleagues, and colleague doesn't want to. माने हमसे कुछ मत बोलो. Suffering because of you. So Bhagwan Ramana found out, said that all the thoughts are depending on I thought. See for example, I am hungry. The hungry thought depending on I am, no? I know. I thought is not the very idam thought. Idam vritti, aham vritti. So all vrittis, all the thoughts are depending on I thought. So now what we should do? First source. Because I thought is there, this thought has come. Suppose if I don't exist, that thought doesn't come at all. I am angry. Because you are there, there is a possibility of anger, possibility of greed, possibility of desire, possibility of comparison, jealousy, hatred, everything, good and bad. I am there. Suppose this I itself is not there, like in deep sleep state, no problem. So fundamentally, if you really want to be happy, continuously and experience the joy of pure self, Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi says, first the I thought के ऊपर सारे thought depend है. That I thought has to find out its source. So now, first point is what? Source of all thoughts is what? I. Source of all problems and suffering is what? I. Ego. So ego is the sense of ego, high ego. The more thicker the ego is, more painful it is our life. Buddha Bhagavan said, somebody abused you. They are mere vibrations of air. Why should I react to it? Can we be like that? Hey, donkey. You're calling me? Ah, you only. I think you have to go to ophthalmologist. I know I am not donkey. Please go to psychiatrist also if required. There is some problem with your vision. I know I am not donkey. You are mistaken. Thank you, my dear. Go and get checked. And we coolly answer. You know, one beautiful ashram joke. One Zen master was going on a leave camp for 15 days. He told students, now, see, my dear brahmacharis, students, don't fight. I'm going for 1 week, study, regular schedule here. Having come after 15 days, one student got up. Master, he called me donkey. Then other student said, Master, he called me kutta, dog. They're fighting. Then master said, how many times he called you doggy? Dog. 5 times. How many times he called you donkey, dog or whatever? 5 times. He said, now, every day I have been telling you are the Brahman. You never heard me. इसमें 1 2 बार 3 4 बार कह दिया तो मान लिया. देखो 4 बार मान लिया. कुत्ता कुत्ता कह दिया तो मान लिया आपने आपको कुत्ता. पागल है. Every day, every class, thousands of times I've been telling you are that beyond pure consciousness, Satchidananda, Brahma Swarupa, this body is not you, ego is not you. Go, transcend, transcend. वो सुनता नहीं. 1 2 बार कह दे तो मान लिया. That is Maya. So can we dissolve all this? Because I just tell you one thing, very beautiful thing. In the olden days, nowadays example difficult. In olden cameras, you would know. There's be film, na? Load the film and 33, 36 आ गया तो बहुत पूछो 38 तो अरे यार very बड़ी 38 आ गया. कभी कभी हो जाता है. तो 33, 32 मैक्सिमम आता है. उसमें फ्रेम लोड किया. Then you बैटरी भी लगाया, फ्लैश भी काम कर रहा है. Flash is working, battery is working, frame is loaded, and you click on photographs, so it flashes. And whatever clicked, it is captured on the film inside. Right? Suppose you remove the film from it, completely remove it. There is no loaded, nothing loaded in it. Batteries are there. You can see, click, flash also will come. You can see through the lens of the camera. You can click it. Light also comes, but nothing is registered. Why? There is no film. Ego is a film on which everything is registered. If you throw it away, actions continue, nothing is recorded. That's called living in the present. हमारा क्या है ना, बहुत very sensitive ego frame. Anything indirectly also, remotely also it catches and stores everything. So This entire thoughts are foundation is I thought. Now, this I thought, where it is coming from? So Bhagavan says, don't worry, inquire, who am I? Who am I? Who is inquiring actually? Ego only is inquiring. Because self need not inquire, na? Self is not confused. Self did not inquire. Who is inquiring? Who is confused? I. Who is inquiring? I. But this inquiry, who am I, is referred by ego. How can that will take you to the truth? Ego is, who is inquiring, who am I? Ego or self? Ego. But Bhagavan says, you keep on inquiring it, it will slowly merge into self. So, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? This I. What is the source of the I? So, all the thoughts, source is I thought. Without I thought, there cannot be any other thought. Because it occurred to me. In every thought, suppose a thought of a chair. I know this is chair table. Table means what? I thought is there, na? I know table. What is the thought there? I am there. This table also is there. If I am not there, can I recognize the table? So every thought is depending on I thought. Now, what is the source of I thought? I thought source is, if you inquire, it goes and settles in the heart. Hrit ayam. Ayam means this. This is called hrit. So, when we meditate, continuously inquire, because I am not interested in the details of the entire transactions. To whom it is occurring? Me. Who am I? Why I am disturbed? Who is disturbed? I. Who is this I? Let me know. Oh, I am angry. Okay. Who is this angry entity inside? I. Who is this I? So I am finding out the source of it. I am not interested in the details of it, consequences of it and all. They are in secondary. The fundamental problem is this I. Ego is the problem. And what is the source of it? So when I inquire like this, you become aware. Since just become aware. Inquiry is not a thought, just like knowing it. Our mind right now, a great master gave beautiful example. Screen, cinema screen, projector, show a film. Okay. On the same projector, on the same screen, suppose 5 or 6 projectors are projecting different films. What will be the condition on the screen? Chaos, na? That is our mind screen. On the screen, such kind of the thoughts are all projected. From not 5, 6 projectors, I don't know, thousands of projectors are projecting past, future, present. All the things are projected. That mind is like hazy, confused. Nothing can make out. You can't find out what is the tail, what is the head. Nothing. No connection can be established. That is our mind. You can really feel it. So Bhagavan says, when you continuously inquire who am I, it will settle in the heart. And what is the heart? Little bit deeper I'll go. हम कहते हैं, Lord is in the heart. Okay? Where is God? God is in the heart. Accept it. Bhagwan Ramana says, it is only a statement of an ignorant person. भगवान हमारे हृदय में बैठा है या है विराजमान है, ये अज्ञानी लोगों का कहना है. अज्ञानी लोग कहते हैं कि हृदय में परमात्मा है. तो परमात्मा कहाँ है? भगवान, there is no Ishvara in the heart. Heart itself is Ishvara. This is the thing. जिसको आप हृदयम, not physical heart. The source. What is the heart? Source of the I is called Aham. What is the source of Aham? That is Hridayam. That's it. Where it is located in the heart. Physical heart is the location for meditation. Somewhere in this region, subtler level, it is existing. So from that, this ego dissolves in it. Now what's happening? From the heart, through Sushumna Nadi, Ramana Maharshi says, the light is thrown into the brain. So this is mind, this is the heart. And in the mind, that light again percolates entire body through every nadi, and through nadi the Chaitanya flows, consciousness flows, and because of that the body becomes active and also receives all kinds of impulses, perceptions from outer world, and again go into the head, and with lot of projections are there, and I get caught up. Ego is very strong, and I say I'm seated here in the mind, never in the heart. तो उसके लिए भगवान रमण महर्षि very beautifully says there are so many paths are there. Rama Maharshi says the mind yoga chittavritti nirodha. Bhagwan says this first sutra yoga chittavritti nirodha is common to all paths. If you want to do karma yoga, reduce the quantity of thoughts. Jnana yoga, thoughts are to be reduced. Raja yoga, thoughts are to be reduced. Bhakti, thoughts are to be reduced. Upasana, thoughts are to be reduced. So in every path, the fundamental step is, Bhagwan Ramana says, reduce the thoughts first. Reduce the thoughts. When thoughts are reduced, we will feel relatively peace of mind, calm, then only the enquiry. So in reducing the thoughts, Bhakti also is beautiful, plays a great role. Bhakti is, Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Swaswarupa Anusandhanam Bhaktriva Bhakti iti abhidiyate. See, constantly thinking of one's own self is real bhakti. Stula bhakti, like photo, murti, you put, this is a practice. Pujanam japas chintanam krama, Bhagwan Krishna Ramana says. First do puja, japa, chintanam, all that you do. These beautiful verses are there in Ramana Maharshi's Upadesha Saram. Yes. What is that? Beautiful thing. Bhagavan says, Bhakti, Jagata Ishadi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Brudeva Pujanam. See, first of all, Dhi means Buddhi. This Jagata Ishaha, Jagat itself is Ishvara. This kind of Buddhi. Ishvara is not separate. He is expressing in the form of this Jagat. Everything is Ishvara. So Jagat also is Ishvara. This Buddhi you must cultivate. With this Buddhi, worship the Lord. Do whatever your duties are. Serve the Lord. In the form of Ashtamurti Bhut. Like, all Pancha Mahabhutas, mind, intellect, and all jivas, all pranis, all beings, all jivas in short, all live beings. This is Ashtamurti. 8 form. The Lord is a beautiful expression. A great Mahatma said, why do you call a particular form if it appears to you as darshan? Krishna Bhagwan ka darshan hua, Ram ji ka darshan hua, Hanuman ji ka darshan hua. Why do you insist a particular form as darshan if you are real jnani and love? All Jagat is Prachaksha Rupam of Paramatma. Such a jnani will not insist a particular darshan of any form. For him, Surya, Chandra, Nakshatras, Prithvi, all this is expression of the Lord. He says, मैं भगवान को हर जगह देख रहा हूं और देखना क्या हो दर्शन, ये तो दर्शन नहीं है. That is where Ramana Maharshi said. Once that is established, what happens? See, and when Chitta Jam Japa Dhyan, ultimately, Tula used what you call chanting, then watch up mantras loudly, then through lips, and then mauna. Ultimately, Chitta Jam Japa, my mental chanting, Dhyana Uttamam. Ultimately, abiding yourself in your own heart, or dissolving the mind into all the thoughts into I thought into Hridayam is the best meditation. Dhyana. And therefore, see, Bhagavan says, so Veda Bhavana is very important. Veda Bhavanat Saha Aham Iti. So Bheda Bhavana Sohamityaso Bhavana Abhida Pavanita. Ultimately, Abhida Bhavana. Ultimately, there is no difference between Ishvara and me. With that bhavana, if you really do meditation, love, and service to the Lord, it becomes so beautiful. And Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi demonstrated this in his life. Bhakti is not a specific activity. Okay, I will tell the statement here. Sadhana is not any particular activity for half an hour or 1 hour a day, but it is an attitude to be kept on throughout 24 hours. Having said this, to initiate that act, to trigger, to initiate, to awaken that a spiritual attitude and to maintain 24 hours, I may initiate a particular activity dedicated to that awakening or creating an attitude every day for half an hour or 1 hour. But half an hour, 1 hour per se is not sadhana. It may be required. It is required, the triggering point may be required for at some stage of my evolution. But that is not their own sadhana. So an attitude is sadhana. So that maintain that attitude, the light will really grow from your heart inside. So where is Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi? What did he do? Say, Ramana Maharshi also lived in the same world. Ramana Maharshi also interacted with animals. Ramana Maharshi also interacted with the Prakriti, nature, human beings, everything. And he also faced the problems. He was also dragged to court for no reason. He never went, of course. Pagal, the one who left everything, langoti pehen ke baitha hai. The drishti, the world. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi answered also to the court judge. I am atyashrami, beyond sannyas. The questionnaire and answers were all there. So Ramana Maharshi, beautiful. Now let us, how Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, such a compassion, love, such a karuna, parama karuna. I also had Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi darshan when I was studying in 10th class. Very terrific it was. So, and afterwards, of course, he is always with me. Gurudev is with me. Their consciousness is no boundaries. They're always there with us. Our duty is only to invoke them. They respond, but our antennas are all closed. System shut down. They are sending signals. They are sending in. We are not receiving. They are all insights. Very consciousness alone. It's all one. It's very difficult to explain. So therefore, Ramana Maharshi, I'll just give some incidents here. For this path, okay, high degree of awareness is required. First, to follow Ramana Maharshi's path, self-awareness. Awareness is required. Number one. Alertness, not to get carried away by the thoughts, but observe them and inquire into its source. Alertness is required. So Gurudev says, be alert, quiet, alert, and vigilant. Gurudev's very beautiful mantras. Quiet. If you are quiet, mind goes to sleep. So quieten the mind. When you quieten the mind goes to sleep. Because mind doesn't know. Mind is no, look, we have been training since millions of lives. Only two states mind knows. Either disturbed state or deep sleep state. We are not trained the mind to keep it awake without thoughts. You can be awake, not gone into deep sleep state, but also not agitate. No thoughts also are there, but mind present mein hai, absolutely with no thoughts. Just awareness in the mind, pure consciousness alone. I don't know how to hold that mind in that condition. So quiet. then alert is required, not to go to sleep. So quiet, but alert. And alert, vigilant. Vigilant means what? Action is required. Very mentally, when any other unwanted thought comes, I must be vigilant enough not to get carried away by the thought. Because thought comes and pulls your awareness out, pulls you out and takes you with that. That is how the thoughts does. One thought, Gurudev's very famous example. Always he gives you many examples are there. Suppose you see a beautiful, you went to a house, somebody's house, you saw a beautiful tree. Okay? Tree you saw. Oh, this tree is so beautiful. I remembered when we went to Rome, a similar plant was there in Rome. Oh my God, that house owner was terrible lady, I tell you, where we stayed. And she had a lovely dog. So beautiful. Our dog, neighbor dog here. Oh my God. Such a torturing fight. But I don't know why government is not acting. Trump is not taking care of dogs. You think he must bring out a law. Either way, in our country, law is not so strict in some areas, I think, but then why? I always feel sometimes, why should I stay in such a country where everything is in sixes and sevens? Better go, but wherever we go, we do. So, enough example. I don't want to go like that now. In order to demonstrate, I get lost. Pagal ho jaun. That's how my works. That's why alertness is required to inquire. Because the mind may give a click, self-inquiry gone. Second one. Third one. Therefore, an undisturbed calm in the mind during the process of inquiry is essential, not to get carried away. Calmness. And for this, Bhagwan Ramana gave Vikshana Pranayam. Buddha Bhagwan gave this. Buddha said, monks, follow the breath all the way up to your enlightenment. My father's younger brother, the great yogi, is no more, Mahayogi. One day I used to touch his feet. Even recently, he passed away. Whenever he has been training me, right from childhood training me, he taught me Yoga Sutras when I was studying 10th class. The great Mahatma, is no more. Akka is there, an awakened soul, very much. So one day I went to his house. Sitting alone, his wife was not there, nobody was there. Sitting alone, that window like this, I was sitting here facing the door, and that kitty like this, I just saw he was sitting alone, sitting, and then I said, no. He said, door is open, come inside. So I walked in, touched his feet. My father's younger brother, he has been more than a guru. Everything he has been great. Touched his feet. I said, what are you doing? He said like this, happily stood rakha, paira sa rakha. Nothing, he said. And then he said, to do anything, I don't have mind, he said. Then why are you talking to me without mind? How can you talk? I asked. He said, I propose, it manifests. Means what? Having seen you, I proposed, it manifested to interact with you. After you leave, there will be no mind, I'll be alone, he said. It's not a theory. This man is like that. He's not like theory. He doesn't want to say theory. He's just absolutely calm. I said, what do you do? No, I have just observed my breath. I merge my mind into me, and then I exist. That's it. In our case, when we are never alone, we are always lonely. So TV लगा दो, phone कर लो, YouTube देख लो, वो देख लो, ये देख ले, disturbed mind. monkey, Parama monkey. So Bhikshana Prana, just when there's no work, great Mahatmas do. Beautiful occupation. Mind becomes and bhakti, Bhagwan Ramana says, bhakti also he gave a beautiful path. I'll just give you some incidents for the ashram, very nice ashram. Something I just out of my memory. There are plenty, thousands of incidents with Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi ashram. Mein. You know, Pujya Gurudev also met him, the man and me. Gurudev wrote about it. I thought he was hypnotizing me. Kapur Maharaj went and met him. Acha, one more thing. This one incident happened. I'll give one couple of incidents. Then I'll open for 5 minutes question and answer. I hope there will not be any questions. This is my prayer. Okay. You know, Bhagwan sat in ashram. One devotee came and sat. A lot of people were sitting. How many of you have been to Arunachala? Ramana Maharshi ashram, sofa is there. Go na, sometime to India. Not only seeing relatives. जाके बैठ जाओ वहां पे एटलीस्ट. Good place. Go only. No, 10 days, Swamiji, I went to only relatives you meet. I am not saying, but they give you relative joy only. Ramana Maharshi give you absolute joy. Do your fulfill duties also. But go extra time. Anyway, दोनों suggestion है. दुखी मत हो जाओ रात भर से. Anyway, Swami Bhagwan, what is Maya? He asked. Bhagwan no replied. All lot of people are there sitting in the hall. That day, President of India, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan came to visit Bhagwan. President. What was the year which he became president?
After Rajasthan,
After Rajasthan, yeah. With 1950?
556.
He was not president then, but he was a great leader, Mahatma, philosopher, Tattva-vetta. Came. Sat there. With him, 5-10 people came. They also sat. He was looking at Ramana Maharshi. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi was quiet and calm. For half an hour also he sat. No conversation. He got up and went away. With how many he came? 3-4 people he came. All 4 left it. With him, all others who sat there, they also got up and went with him. Celebrity. Ramana Maharshi said to the gentleman who asked question, this is Maya. This is, you are here happily. Somebody came, went with them. That is, when I want to abide in myself, mind thought comes, I go with the thought. That is Maya. And you know, Maya, just because you are aware of it, it doesn't go. Maya says, you may know me, but knowingly, I will trap you. You may know. Like, you know, alcohol, दारू पीना, मैं जानता हूँ ये तो जान ले लेता है, फिर भी पीता हूँ. But if you know that it takes your life, why do you drink? Bas. That is why. So your knowledge is of no use. Everybody gives, Ma Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, ye Maya, ye Maya. बोलते रहेगा. Let's find another example is given, no, that birds are trained. The story that you know or not. Hunter, every day was. So one great Mahatma said, no, I will teach you. Then he said, hunter will, all the birds of the circling birds, they were taught by saying. Please repeat, hunter will come, spread the net, don't fall, spread the grain, pull the grain, spread, drops the grain, then spreads the net. Don't fall for it. Don't look, what you call, eat for it. Don't like, go down. Don't eat the grain. You will be get caught up. You will get die. So that is, hunter will come, spread the grain, spread the net, don't fall, like something is. They are all by hearted. Next day, hunter heard, oh my God, this bird became wise, and he went back. Then other hunter said and wrote, "Kya hua tumhara? You did not catch any bird today?" No, no, they're all singing, they're all jnanis. I don't know, I cannot catch them now. He said, no, fool, they may sing, but they don't know what they are singing. Go and spread, they will fall. So they spread the grains, and then the net was laid down, and then all birds caught up. While caught up, they're singing, hunter will come, again, and they're already caught up. That is our knowledge of Maya. हम जानते हैं सब माया है. जानते हैं माने here say we don't know. Therefore, Tibetan master says knowing about is different from actual knowing. We know about. So that's how Bhagwan Ramana said Maya, right? Then one lady devotee came from Lucknow. She said she expected Ramana Maharshi to give special care because from Lucknow she came. In those days, traveling difficult, of course. She thought that special concession may be there. An extra banana prasad. She said, Bhagwan, I came all the way from Lucknow. You know what he replied? Self doesn't move. Punctured. First of all, you are not in the body. Body, whole universe is in you. Mayyeva sakalam jatam, May sarvam pratishitam, Mayyeva layam yati, Tad Brahma advayam asmi aham. Upanishad mantra. In me alone, everything, from me alone, everything, universes emerge. In me alone, they exist. Because that is my consciousness. In me alone, they dissolve. That Advaya Brahmasmiha. So we should practice this kind of ethic. And so many things are there. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi says, interesting things also happened, funny things also happened. One day, many monkeys came. So many monkeys. Bhagwan said, oh, monkeys wanted food, please give food. Interestingly, monkeys are all sat in a queue, in line it seems. And they are all eating. One monkey refused to eat. So they give some mumpali and all those things, fruits and all. He is not eating. So many monkeys, somebody, 70, 80, maybe I thought 100 maybe there. They all were made to sit outside. They're lying in sequence, and then they're all given some kind of food they eat, some nuts and ground nuts and kela, whatever it is. Then one monkey refused to eat. So somebody said, Bhagwan, that monkey is not. Oh, you forgot. You know why they all came? They elected a new king today in that mountain. So he is the king. The king also gives same platform, he will not eat. Put some little higher pita, some kind of a platform, he will sit and eat. And afterward, respect was given to the monkey and he ate its lips. Bhagwan knows the language of all beings. One snake, not what snakes also came. They would, everybody ran away. Ramana looked, snake looked for some time, conversed. He was a Siddha, he wanted to meet me and discuss. He came in that form. Why do you worry? Why do you worry? The big snake is coming inside. You are all scared. Peacocks used to dance. Cow Lakshmi, of course. Monkeys, crows, every animal used to feed. And Ramana Maharshi, what we should learn from him is, I practice if you can. If you look at him, zero glamour. Many. You feel like I don't know, there is no glamour at all. No, nothing. Simple. It's pure self-awareness. So Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi is, if you should read Saddarshanam, Udesharam, Ramana Gita, and then Aksharamani he wrote. Stories of, he learned Malayalam that 3 days. So many stories are there. Bhagavan said many secrets of Arunachala Hill also, he said. Inside Devatas are. And while Giri Parikrama, we do around the circumambulation, he had instructed move from left side to the right side. The many siddhas are doing tapasya, don't disturb them. Like that, read literature around much, not one, plenty of, especially Suranagam Maleka's letters you read. Every day she pointed out what all happened that day. So day by day with Bhagwan. English some translations have come. You also should read a message from Arunachala by Dr. Paul Brenton. He saw that the light merging into the Arunachala hill when he left the body. That time he thought, oh, this light he saw, oh, this is the time I think Ramana Maharshi would have left. He came running only to confirm the news. So Brahman, Swami Yoganandaji met him. Many Mahatmas go and sat there with him. Ramana Maharshi's presence is always there. One old couple went, I think from America only. They traveled all the way and then they cried, we can't come every time. Such a devoted couple, it seems. You know what Ramana said? Why in your house? Come out. There's a garden, the park is there, there's a grass is there, and there is a lake there in front of you, and there is a bench also. Don't you know that? And you always sit there, no, both of you. Sit there only, I'm there with you. How does he know that there is a bench, there is a park, there is a lake? Sit there only, I'm there also. Why unnecessary come all the way? Where am I not? Self is always. It's that faith we must have. Because in our physical eyes, we are so conditioned. So we must become subtle enough to understand this. Every day, one namaskar to Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi is enough. Their direct path, no nonsense, no jamena. All who am I? Source is ego. And what is the source of ego? It's a fundamental question. Don't get lost up in emotions. To whom they are occurring? To me. Who am I? Who am I? What is the source of it? Why this is happening? Don't ask all the unnecessary questions. To whom these things are happening? Who am I? Then ego will dissolve. That is the path of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. No pathless path means what? It is there's nothing laid down, no rules, no regulations. He gave Upadesharam, Karma, Jnana, Bhakti, Yoga, all those things he gave beautifully for a different people. In fact, to prepare them ultimately to Ahamapetakam Nijavibhanakam Mahadidantapo Ramana Maharshi. Ultimately, that existence is always Sapratyaya, Saddarshanam, Vihayasantam. So therefore, Hindu Vihayasantam. So that is always there, Sat existence is there. And Hridayam, there is only one self, Advayananda. Therefore, don't get simple principle is I give one formula. Meditate on this. 99.99999% of conflicts that we generate in this life, in our relationships, with our everything, whole transactions, are all born out of non-essentials. And whatever person left conflict is you yourself. There is no conflict with anybody else. Give too much importance to external or non-essential. You should put the glass here, not this side. You should put ghee here, not this side. You should put the plate here. This should be like this. This should be like this. All non-essentials for a Mahatma. You reduce non-essentials, you'll be more peaceful. Where did you go? Parents ask the daughter or son, where did you go? Why did you go? How long? What? They are already married, grown up. They went family out. Which hotel you went? What did you eat? How much you paid? It's non-essential. I tell you one thing, हमारी खुजली इतनी है, इसी की वजह से हम दुख में रहते हैं. Urticaria, itch, this has to be stopped. Then you will be fit for enquiry. Then you will enjoy life. Every moment you are in bliss. Choice is ours, not yours. I am also including ours. Thank you to Anish and Neerjaji for giving this beautiful, and how many are online Zoom, I don't know. To all of them, my salutations, and thank you all for giving this topic Hanuman tale. But I liked it. So this is practicality. Reduce involvement, then make room space. The thoughts reduce कर लो, then you can inquire कोई आ भाई. ठीक है? ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Thank you all. Hari Om.
We take a couple of questions.
Yeah, you can. If you have time, you can.
Yeah,
Okay, questions?
So I was just a simple question. Why do we say Bhagwan Maharshi, right? Like say,
See.
we don't say to many other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One who has become complete with Ishvara. Ishvara is Bhagavan. Bhaga means 6 qualities: Shakti, Virya, Bala, Aishwarya, all those things. In full measure, he is Bhagavan. Bhagavan definition is there. Bhagavan. Van means Balavan. माने जिसके पास बल है. कीर्तिमान, जिसके पास कीर्ति है. भगवान, जिसके पास भग है. भगवान is 6 things. So Bala, Shakti, Virya, Aishwarya, all those things. In full measure. So they are called Bhagavan. See, once you is such an exalted being he is conscious. There is nothing. It's only just pure light and Ishvara. So therefore, he is Bhagavan. Not everybody cannot put Bhagavan for glamour purpose. 4-5 लोग भगवान लगा दिया. ये ऐसी बात नहीं. He was named Bhagavan by whom? By none other than Kavyakanda Ganapati Muni Shastri. He was a great Mahayogi. He was an advanced being. He was the one who could see the divinity. And he, henceforth he will be called as Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi. He never called himself. He never put title like that. So that is it. Bhagavan is the meaning. Van means what you call possessive noun. Kirtiman, Balavan, Krodhavan, Gussavala. Like that. Okay? Bhagavan. Are you clear?
Oh, yeah. Generally, I wanted to kind of, because always when we refer to Ramana Maharshi, we say Bhagwan, generally we will say Maharshi there,
Yeah.
Maharshi this. So I just want to know where this Bhagwan, why do we?
This Bhaga is the word here.
Yeah.
There's a meaning, specific meaning. See, general public Bhagwan माने अपने आप को भगवान मानता है. This is the for Bhagwan also a good don't know what the meaning of Bhagwan is. So this is a technical thing. So somebody asked Gurudev, why Ramana Maharshi? But for example, anybody, you yourself is the God. No, you wake up to your own divinity. Who is preventing you? You are also Bhagwan in unmanifest condition, in potential form. Bring out that.
We're really fortunate we met him.
No, I never met him. I had his.
Darshan.
I am born much later than he left the body. But he still presents. That's why I don't wanted to use certain words, Bhagavan was, Gurudev was. I don't want to use that word because they are eternal. They are easiness is there. Actually, that is the truth. That is the truth.
So, they say that whatever last thought you have in your mind when you are dying is what influences your.
So they say, I'm repeating so that people can. They say whatever last thought you have in mind, that influences next birth,
the future birth.
future birth.
So, like, when in the morning, when I personally am waking up, I realize there are like random thoughts, even before I wake up. They're like thoughts which I have no control over, they don't make any sense. And so there's this like a phase of 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then once you're fully awake, then you can control what is happening. So my question is that when a person is dying, right?
So while you repeat,
Yes.
in the early morning when you wake up, it will take for you 4 or 5 minutes to control the thoughts because random thoughts they clear up without you having any control
Yeah,
over them.
even before waking up.
Even before waking up.
Before-
Okay,
before
understood.
waking.
Yeah.
But so the question is that, but then when in the daytime, most of the time you're able to control your thoughts, most of the time. Many times you're not. So the question is that how do you make sure that at the last moment you are actually able to think what you want to think?
Yeah, this is very. See, Ramana Maharshi, we got Ramana Maharshi only. First point is we need subtlety to practice. Subtlety. What happens when we wake up? The ego was dissolved in the night, resolved temporarily, no ego, therefore no mind, therefore no awareness of the body, therefore no awareness of the external world. You are in deep sleep state. Drushya bhavam, technically speaking, there is nothing. Drushya bhavam. Atman is there, but there is nothing to see, nothing to feel, nothing to experience because the ego is absent. Ego is dissolved temporarily. Now, listen very carefully. This Atman is here. Ego rises in the morning. First thought is I thought. When just I thought comes, then immediately all the samsara associated with this I manifests and gushes, becomes aware. Suddenly, because, now for example, you get I thought, then I am Anish, then I am so and so, I am this occupation. Now my work is this. It's all comes in microseconds. Microseconds. Okay? No, Ramana Maharshi says. Before this, I awakened, and before it becomes aware of the external world, who you are exact in the world, there is a transition stage. If you can catch that, you are enlightened. For which our thoughts, Gurudev says, quantity of thoughts, quality of thoughts, and direction of thoughts are three things are very important. Quantity of thoughts are reduced by Karma Yoga. Then quality is, because quantity is reduced, then quality you can improve. Quality of thoughts are improved by Bhakti Yoga, and direction of thoughts are changed by Jnana Yoga. So until we reduce the quantity, we have no control. The vasanas along with the ego, when you wake up, every thought, boom, they mix up. You say in the daytime they get controlled. They are not. They are in background. But daytime, your mind is majburi, under obligation, when under compulsion, you are focusing on obligatory duties. Therefore, all other noises are behind. They are not on the forefront, but they are always there. You think they are controlled. No. The moment the mind is relaxed, all the background thoughts will come on forefront. This is everybody's experience. They're all running under the ground. So how to control, how to at the time of death? Absolutely, we don't have any control over death at the time of death. Because at the time of death, how we exit depends upon how we have lived. Here in the beautiful definition of Tibetan philosophy, one of the philosophies beautifully says, they give the definition of life. Life means a constant preparation for death. That is the definition of life they have given. Why? In Tibetan Buddhism, all the great masters have given extreme importance to the exit. Because live in such a way that you exit directly to awaken or exit to something better. So exit is important. So they say whole life is preparation for exit. Because what you have done, how much you have earned, what is that your relationship, what is that your experiences are, they are all invalid. They become null and void at a time of death. Nothing is valid important. Nothing. Nothing means nothing. Except the potency, the quality of yours, that alone will pass on to the next life. Nothing comes out. So that potency alone goes. That because next life also you have to learn ABCD. Next life also you have to go to school. Next life also you have to go to college. Nothing. I am PhD in chemistry last life. So what? Gone. That entire knowledge gone. So there is, it's all nonsense. Therefore, don't have harp or don't harp on the riding the wave of the pride wave. Oh, I mean, ye kiya, oh kiya. Bakwas hai. You may be pandit in this life. Everything goes nullified next life. You may be president of somebody. Nothing remains. Because for this example I give you, a costume is given to you depending upon the role that you are playing on the stage. So even the mental setup, psychological setup, the skill also is all given to me. I am a speaker in this life. Next life, if I want to be, I may not be a speaker. I may be like Ramana Maharshi sitting quietly. I may not speak as a lecture. I may only converse. So for suppose that is going to be my life, then that costume is changed. In this life, I am born with vasanas to talk. Therefore, the costume is changed. So costume changes, everything changes. Nothing is required. It's the knowledge, skill. I can't explain beyond that. I hope you are understanding. It's too subtle. So, what is the last thought then? Live every moment with that awareness, with that great Namasmarana. There are so many devotees of Ramana Maharshi. They left the body singing Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, died. So many people are. So Krishna, Rama, how did Mahatma Gandhi left the body? When bullet was shot dead, Hey Ram. I am not analyzing personalities. The last minute he is able to say Hey Ram. That means whole life, moment to moment, Ram Japurayam. That's the only way. So do not give value to the world more than what it deserves. How much it deserves, you discover it. Very limited value only to be given to the world. Too much value if you give, too much it is real and all that. First job. So live intelligently. That is called intelligent living. It's very simple. Unless you are healthy, how can you help others? A doctor is there. Patient gone. Doctor साहब मेरा बीपी बढ़ा हुआ है. Doctor बोलते मेरा भी बढ़ा हुआ सुबह से. मैं किसके पास जाऊं? That should not be said by doctor. You are unfit to be a doctor. You may be having BP. Still you should be able to heal others, treat others. Therefore, if we are not healthy, what is the use of life? First, be healthy. That's how only through bhakti, through devotion, through surrender, through action, through love, kindness, compassion, through awareness, all these things should become packet of life. Like a thali. होटल में थाली मस्त रहता है डोसा इवन रोटी भी है सब्जी भी है दाल भी है चावल भी है अचार भी है पापड़ भी है मिठाई भी दिया है दही भी दिया है रायता भी दिया है thali. Make a beautiful life like that, contains everything. And as you evolve, your path becomes very clear. Okay? Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om to all the people who are in Zoom. So we can disconnect now. God bless you all. May Ramana Maharshi bless all of us. May we become steady on the path of enquiry, self-enquiry. May through us, Ramana Maharshi express through every action, through every thought, and benefit many others around us. That is the purpose. As Ramana Maharshi influenced crores of people on the globe without even moving from Arunachala. Bhagwan always said this. Great Mahatmas can, living in one place, influence the whole world. That's what Ramana Maharshi did. At least we are moving in the world in our own circles. Let everyone who comes in touch with our consciousness be blessed by the presence of the great masters in our heart. Thank you all. Hari Om. I am not analyzing personalities. The last minute he is able to say Hey Ram. That means whole life, moment to moment, Ram Jap ho raha hai andar. That's the only way. So do not give value to the world more than what it deserves. How much it deserves, you discover it. Very limited value only to be given to the world. Too much value if you give, too much it is real and all that. First job. So live intelligently. That is called intelligent living. It's very simple. Unless you are healthy, how can you help others? A doctor is there. Patient gone. डॉक्टर साहब मेरा बीपी बढ़ा हुआ है. डॉक्टर बोलते मेरा भी बढ़ा हुआ सुबह से. मैं किसके पास जाऊं? That should not be said by doctor. You are unfit to be a doctor. You may be having BP. Still, you should be able to heal others, treat others. Therefore, if we are not healthy, what is the use of life? First, be healthy. That's how only through bhakti, through devotion, through surrender, through action, through love, kindness, compassion, through awareness, all these things should become packet of life. Like a thali. होटल में थाली मस्त रहता है. डोसा में रोटी भी है, सब्जी भी है, दाल भी है, चावल भी है, अचार भी है, पापड़ भी है, मिठाई भी दिया है, दही भी दिया है, रायता भी दिया है. Thali. Make a beautiful life like that, contains everything. And as you evolve, your path becomes very clear. Okay? Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om to all the people who are in Zoom. So we can disconnect now. God bless you all. May Ramana Maharshi bless all of us. May we become steady on the path of enquiry, self-enquiry. May through us, Ramana Maharshi express through every action, through every thought, and benefit many others around us. That is the purpose. As Ramana Maharshi influenced crores of people on the globe without even moving from Arunachala. Bhagwan always said this. Great Mahatmas can, living in one place, influence the whole world. That's what Ramana Maharshi did. At least we are moving in the world in our own circles. Let everyone who comes in touch with our consciousness be blessed by the presence of the great masters in our heart. Thank you all. Hari Om.